CORA back on the track at Homestead Miami Speedway, a mile and a half around the big oval here in Homestead, Miami, normally reserved for championship weekend, but for these guys, it's just another week on the track, knee-deep into the 2014 Impala season, and these guys wasting no time getting on track and getting their money, getting ready to go Sunday money racing here on LSRTV. Good evening, race fans. You are watching LSRTV's live coverage of the Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Series, qualifying in order as we speak from Homestead, Miami. Joe Cortez, Carl Jones in the booth. Carl, these guys have been a lot of fun in these B-style cars, the nationwide style cars, and I've got a feeling tonight should be no exception. Getting ready to put on 125 laps of championship quality racing here on TV. Should be a great race tonight.
Agreed 100%. If you look at some of the qualifying times here, these guys are really putting it down out there on the track. We got Gary Bauer right now to run a 30.884. They're really smoking on this slick semi-flat track.
Should be a lot of fun. Get ready to see a lot of lines being utilized tonight. Qualifying in at the top three throughout the qualifying races throughout the week. Find out more about those at CORA-racing.com. Donald Baucom making his debut in CORA Racing. He's going to start on the pole tonight. Great way to start the season. Dale Grable, Don Stevenson, your top three tonight. Don Stevenson, no surprise, he's up there tonight. But a couple of newcomers, Dale Grable and Donnie Baucom, both those guys making their debut tonight, and they should make for a lot of interesting driving as they will be the first street drivers on the field. Real quick, let's go ahead and take you down the points order as we come in here tonight and in the Sunday Money Series. David Wenk, after a big win last week, holds a 25-point lead over Everett Lane. Michael Churchma in the number 88 machine. He is third in points right now. Nathan Sedlak is fourth, picking up 2 positions from last week. Gordon Berkey, fifth. Mark McFadden, sixth. Don Stevenson, seventh. Bradley Cooper, eighth. James Brown, the CEO and boss man here in the Buffalo Wild Wings machine, he's ninth. And Ross Cato rounding out your top 10. So points nowhere near being decided yet, but the season is starting to wind down, and points are now more valuable than ever. Let's go ahead and kick it down trackside for tonight's opening ceremonies here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Good evening, race fans. CORA Championship Online Racing Association proudly presents the Sunday Money Series. The Sunday Money Series is being brought to you by Cole's Wheelboard Truck Center, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Berkey Painting and Sandblasting, a quality job at a fair price, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Hurley Property Maintenance, when you want the job done right, Kingston, Ontario. Dale Smalley Drywall, the finish is what counts. Sophia, North Carolina. Small Town Computers. Serving Midwestern Michigan. SH&D Trucking, Elburn, Illinois. Collisionsworx and Collisionsworx Autobody Express. Making friends by accident in Memphis, Tennessee. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps, as the Reverend Rusty Dent will deliver our invocation.
Dear Lord, let us pray. We want to thank you, Lord, for all we have. Dear Lord, we ask you that you protect those men and women who serve us both here and abroad. And oh Lord, we give thanks to those who have served us and have given that ultimate sacrifice that we may enjoy the liberties that we have today. And oh Lord, we ask you that you give these drivers the skill and the good internet connection so that we may be given a race like no other. Lord, we ask you that our racing give us the green-white checkers that we so deserve, and that we may enjoy an exciting race to the finish we all want to see. Lord, may you heighten the senses and protect these drivers so that they can give us a 3-wide door-banging race to the checker flag tonight. And can we all say amen? And I'll say amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we proudly introduce Jaden Berkey to sing our national anthem.
Glorious and free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now at this time, the 5 sons of our CEO, James Brown, Alex, Andrew, Nick, Cody, and Ethan will deliver the 4 most famous words in all of automotive racing. Good luck, drivers. To all those watching, it's time to sit back, relax, and strap it down. Let's go Sunday money racing, CORA style.
And that is your opening ceremonies here tonight from Homestead Miami Speedway. Your drivers getting ready to take the field here as qualifying comes to an end. Remember, the top 3 drivers of every week come from the qualifying races, come from the 3 qualifying races that CORA runs. And not only do the top 3 finishers end up in the top 3 rows, whoever wins those first 3 races end up in the first 3 positions on the race. But the way they run is also based on how exactly they finish, or how fast their fastest lap was when they finish. So whoever has the fastest lap and wins the qualifying race, they're guaranteed a spot in the top 3. It's just a matter of where. Let's go ahead and go down to tonight's qualifying order at Homestead Miami for the Collisionsworx 125 in the B main cars here in the iRacing Sim at Homestead Miami. On the pole, it will be Donnie Baucom, who turned the fastest time in the qualifying races of 31.318 seconds around this mile and a half. Outside of him on row number 1 will be Dale Grable, starting in row number 1 in position number 2. Position number 3 will belong to the 47 of Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelborough Coles Wheelborough Truck Center Chevrolet. I didn't talk today. Don Stevenson in the Coles Wheelborough Center Chevrolet will start position number 3, and then it'll be Gary Bauer in the Sim Racing Set of Analyzer Chevy starting position number 4. David Wenk, your points leader, will start position number 5 tonight in the R. Kelly machine on the outside of the 45 machine of David Cater will start position number 6. Michael E. Johnson starts position number 7 in the 78 machine. Outside of him, it'll be Nathan Sedlak in the 35 machine. Dominic Dyball will start in the next row. Michael Churchma on the outside of him. And position number 11 belongs to Michael Whitlock in the 28 machine. The Collisionworx Autobody machine bringing you tonight's race. Phil Gary in the Blur machine starts position number 12. Bradley Cooper in the 25 starts position number 13. Charles Starks position number 14 in the 02 Jegs machine. Everett Lane, sling driver driving the W&W trucking machine. He will start position number 15. Colton Murphy, the 81 machine, the SH&D trucking machine, will start position number 16. Joel Wood, John Pansula, position 17 and 18. Dustin Loyne, Salacardi, your top 20. Ryan Borges, Jacob Nye, top row number 11. Number 12 behind him, the CEO, James Brown in the Buffalo Wild Wings machine, and Jason Halverson rounding out the top 24. James Wilkins, Martin Porter in row number 13. Row number 14 belongs to Martin McFadden and Sean Dower, Richard Holland, Gordon Berkey, Daryl Cronkright, and David Williams. Your field of 32 drivers all getting ready to take the green flag here in just a moment's time. Donnie Balcom sees the green flag, and he wastes time starting it off here at my Homestead, Miami for the Collisionworx Autobody 125.05 machine. Wastes no time in the one-up Motorsports Chevrolet. He gets the jump and now battles for position number 2. Don Stevenson, Dale Gravel doing battle with the 33 and the 47 machine side by side. Give the advantage to the 33 machine. That's the Money to Burn Motorsports Chevrolet. He's going to go way high now, opening the door for Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelborough Truck Center Chevy. He's going to go ahead and get the big run and now put him from position number 4 to position number 2. Behind him, David Wenk, your points leader, position number 4 now, and rounding out your top 5, it's the STP machine of David Cater. Now, David Cater, you might have heard that name before. He makes a lot of the setups work here in the iRacing sim. So David Cater having a good start tonight. He's going to be a guy to watch very, very closely tonight.
Oh, this is going to be an excellent race today. That was anything indicator on that start here. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's a really wide track. I think you can get 4 different noticeable lanes running on this track here, and once these guys get these tires warmed up and get out there running, you're going to see a lot of these guys getting really up close to that outside wall. I did some running on this track here earlier today, and we got a car in the grass here.
Trouble. It looks like they got one car getting out of line down there. That is going to be the 39 machine of Salacardi, the Curiel Trucking Chevrolet, getting out of line early. Front end damage on that machine. It's going to be a solo spin, though, so no yellow flag will be called out. Accardi, though, in big, big trouble early in this race. Lap number 4, and he's already has a banged up on it. That's going to hurt him later on. Back up front, challenge for the lead. It's going to be Donnie Balcom in the 05 machine, now getting the challenge from the 47 of Don Stevenson. Behind him, Dave Wenk has picked his partner. He's going to go along with the 47. So Don Stevenson, who won the pole here last week in the CORA Sunday Money Series, he's now going to drag race down the front with the 05. Not going to happen this time by Donnie Balcom will still hold on the high side. Donnie Stevenson, David Wenk, now they're making their move through turns 1 and 2, and Don Stevenson put him at the front of the field. Now through turns 3 and 4, Don Stevenson continues to make his big run. The Coles Wheelborough set a little bit there through turns 1 and 2, but that's okay because he still gets credit for leading lap number 5. Now on lap number 6, Don Stevenson continues to make the big run, and the 05 machine, who was strong on the high side, Donnie Balcom now needs a little bit of help. He's hung up to dry out there, and despite winning the pole, if you don't have that draft behind you, if you don't have the help of those other cars giving you the big pull, you're going to get left behind here in a bit of a hurry. Now the 05 making contact with a 45 machine as he tries to get back into line. Not going to happen. Donnie Balcom still having trouble getting into the mix. Carl, this is kind of a interesting welcome to CORA from the other drivers. Donnie Balcom out there.
Oh, certainly is. It looks like we've got another car spinning around here on the front stretch here, hitting the inside retaining wall there. Boy, this is getting crazy out here. We got cars headed to the pits, cars blowing up, cars going into the wall.
Wood, heavy smoke coming out of the R&R Transport Chevrolet. He's going to need a reset to get that car back on track. The 21 machine of Jason Halverson, the Motorcraft Ford Mustang, he's also going to have to burn a restart to get back up in front of, or get back on the track. Those three drivers all going one lap down early in the race. That is not how you want to start here, Carl. That cannot help you at all. That can only hinder you for the Sunday money. Now it's a challenge back up front for the lead. The 20 machine, David Wenk, on fire from the 45 of David Cater, and Cater showing that for him, iRacing isn't just a sim, it's a little bit of a way of life.
Yeah, it's looking like this is a little bit of a way of life for a lot of these drivers out here. Like I said before, I was out here running with these guys a little bit earlier, and some of the best racing I've seen here so far last couple of weeks has been right here on this track. We went 3 races this week here with very, very few cautions. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday's race went caution-free. These guys are looking to put on a really good show. Like I said, once these tires start getting warmed up, these guys start...
David Cater now in front of the field, and the master setup man behind a lot of the iRacing sims going to start getting a big jump on this field in that 4-round STP Chevrolet. Cater in a big way. Your points to Wenk not leaving anything. The chance he's going to come to position number 2 early in the race. And then there's Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet. He's going to stay in position number 3. He's been an interesting driver to me, Don Stevenson. He started for the pole last week. Good run all throughout the race, and now he's position number 3. I think he's trying to put himself in a good position when we're shove as we get closer and closer to the chase with every race that I buy. Stevenson continues from in Chevrolet. Top start is now going to get position number 5. Dale Gravel, who is on the front row, he's going to settle down in position number 6 right now. Michael Johnson. 10th. Top 10 continue to run in line. Mark Porter, the Berkey painting and sandblasting machine, in position number 28 right now. He's going to go way high, and he's one of those cars that might have had a little bit of trouble. That 8 machine, he's going to get past by your leaders. He's going to go 1 lap down. 4 cars now at least 1 lap down, including Martin Porter, Sal Accardi, Joel Wood, Jason Halverson. All those at least 1 lap down as we continue now. David Cater is still in front. Don Stevenson now starting to get a lot of gap on this field. Those 2 drivers almost have a second on the 3rd place driver, Nathan Sedlak in the 35 machine. David Wenk, Don Baucom. Now Donnie Baucom fighting back against your points leader in the 20 machine. Side by side, they're going to go into turns 3 and 4. The 05 has the advantage. The 20 of David Wenk, he is fighting as hard as he can on the outside. That LR Kelly trucking machine, you know they can fight on the outside. The problem is, can they fight hard enough and can they fight long enough? Wenk in the 20 machine able to fight off the 05 of Baucom. But Baucom's machine doesn't look like it's running the way it should. He looks like he's a little loose, especially in turns 1 and 2 here at Homestead. As we mentioned at the onset of this broadcast, a very wide surface. The good news is they've got lanes to choose from, and the outside is a viable racing lane. The bad news, if it doesn't work out the way they want, if they can't get a run on the high side, they stand to lose a lot of time, and your car has to be set up to make that high line run work. So Donnie Baucom, he's going to need some adjustments when he comes to the position of his crew sometime tonight. Lap number 16, green flag racing all the way through. Let's go ahead and take a moment and crank it up here on the field at Homestead, Miami. David Cater continues to lead here on lap number 19 in the 45 machine. Right behind him, the Coles Wheelboro Trucking Center machine of Don Stevenson continues to run position number 2. He continues to run almost directly in the tracks of the 45 machine, and they continue to run first, second on the field. Nathan Sedlak now position number 3. He's picked up position on David Wenk, your points leader, David Wenk, in position number 4. Donnie Bonkham in the 05 machine. He's now still running position number 5 as we have a battle for 6th place now brewing between the 38 of Dale Gravel, who started second on the field, and the 78 machine. That's going to be the red RMT trucking machine of Michael Johnson. Side by side, they went to the stretch. Couldn't make it work for the 78 machine. He's going to have to drop back. Now the 33 of Gravel opens the door. Once again, he's going to go high. Michael Johnson down low. Can't do it by himself. He's going to force to drop right behind the 33 machine down the backstretch here at Homestead. He's going to try to set him up one more time. Johnson needs to truck that machine. Here he goes. He's going to try it one more time. Going through turns 3 and 4. You see him with the grip down low. You see he's got the advantage. Side by side, it's a drag race. It's going to be Michael Johnson in the 33 machine holding on to position number 7. Or the 33 machine holding on position number 7. But the 78 Michael E. Johnson just nosing by him this time. And Johnson, if he can make it work on the backstretch, he might have position number 7. So side by side, they roll. They're going to continue to battle for position. We will check in on them in a moment, as now we have a change for the lead up front. Don Stevenson, the 47 machine, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet. He won the pole last week. Now he's going to take the top of the scoring pole here at Homestead. Lap 23 of 125, leaving nothing to chance. Stevenson up front. David Cater now in second. And what a brilliant move by Stevenson, working his way around the track in the Coles Wheelberg Trucking Center Chevrolet. He's continuing to run as hard as he can there. David Cater second. Let's go ahead and run on board with the 45 machine of Cater, and you see him trying to reset up the pass. He's trying to get around the 47 of Stevenson. Not happening this time around. Stevenson just a little stronger out there, and he is going to continue to lead lap 24. So Don Stevenson taking away the lead, and he's going to lead his first laps of the night. David Cater in position number 2. Nathan Sedlak, the DNK trucking machine, he's just kind of taking his time right now. Only 7/10 of a second behind. And you see him just watching those two drivers, watching those two, see what they can do, figuring out that they want to do. Carl, I almost want to say he's waiting for one of those two to make a mistake.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's watching these guys up here fighting hard for this lead. And he just... like a cat looking to pounce here. He's waiting for one of these guys to slip up, and as soon as he does, he's going to be pouncing on that lead.
Back in position number 4, the 05, the 20 machine. They are battling to stay in the top 5. David Wenk now caught up with a 0-5 machine as a battle for the up front still gets heated. Let's go back to position number 4 right now. You see the 0-5 of Donnie Balcom, your pole sitter, fighting off your points leader, David Wenk, side by side. And that high side seems to be working for Donnie Balcom. He keeps flirting with it, but he's just not fast enough on the high side. The Storm Motorsports driver, David Wenk, pushing him high now and going to force him to pull his hand early. I think that was a strategy move. That was a little bit of a message move by David Wenk to Donnie Balcom.
Yeah, I believe so, but it looks like that's going to work out for him there up on the top because he looks like he's getting a really good run off the turns there going into the straightaways, and he finally makes the pass stick.
So Donnie Balcom, the 0-5 machine, the one-up Motorsports Chevrolet, he's going to move up to position number 4. David Wenk, your pole sitter, or your points leader, going to be position number 5. Back up front, Don Stevenson continues to lead, and now he's got some time between him and David Cater, 0.2 of a second. That time around, almost a quarter of a second between him and David Cater. It's still early in the race, but with 100 laps to go, this is going to be a very short race, I've got a feeling, and these guys want to leave nothing to chance on the field.
They're clicking off the laps here quick. Hopefully we'll be able to keep this thing under green. If we do, I think we're going to be looking at pit stops probably around lap 60. I think these guys can get about 50 or 60 laps on these on a tank of fuel on these things here.
Back in position number 10, contact between the 27 of Gary Bauer and the 88 of Michael Church with a sim racing setup analyzer of Gary Bauer. He continues to run that high line, but here comes the 88 of Churchma, the Lafarge machine, continuing to challenge at 27. Last time they were in turns 1 and 2, they made contact. The 88 got in the 27, and that gave the 27 the advantage. This time the 27 of Bauer making no chance of that happening. He's going to set himself up for the crossover, but Churchma picks up that position, and now he's going to go from 10th to 9th. And you're seeing a lot of these guys make those deliberate moves, make those deliberate decisions on not only how they want to pass, but controlling when they want to pass. Now back in position number 4, it's a drag race one more time. David Wenk finding side by side with Donnie Balcom.
And it looks like Donnie Balcom is going to give him that position, and he's going to do the same thing. You're going to see a crossover. I think you're going to see him try the exact same thing here. There he goes. He's heading down to the inside of David Wenk, and he thinks better of it. He's going to back off and let David Wenk have the position there.
Not a whole lot of battling going on throughout the rest of the field. Everybody running single file. I think they've been given a lesson this week on just how treacherous this track can be. It's not a traditional mile and a half. It's not a high bank. It's a very interesting race as they just
David Wenk gets around sideways, just about flips the wall there, going into the turn there, and how he saved that, I have no idea, going into turn 1 like that. Looks like the number 05 actually kind of got into the left rear quarter panel there, David, and got him a bit sideways, and up the track he went, just about into the wall. Beautiful save, though.
You're watching that replay in just a moment here for that LR Kelly machine of trucking machine of David Wenk. Beautiful save on his part, able to keep the car clean, won't be forced to come to pit road and use one of his resets. That's the good news for him, but it is going to cost him a whole lot of position. What an incredible move. Wenk somehow makes a move, makes a save, and I think right now having a clean Impala is more important than track position. He can get the position back. But if he has to go down pit road and use one of those resets on the LR Kelly Chevrolet, it was not going to be very pretty for him, and that could have ended his night early. Michael in front of him. Michael E. Johnson, the RMT Trucking Chevrolet, getting passed by the 33 of Dale Grayville, but here comes the crossover. The 78 machine wants his position back, and Johnson looks just a touch racier than that 33 machine of Dale Grayville. The 78 wastes no time getting his position back, and they're going to cross over one more time. They're going to leave well enough alone tonight.
Now it looks like David Wenk want to get back up in there and get some of his positions back that he just lost there. You got to wonder if he's going to want some retribution on that, because boy, that was close. He got into that. If he would have got into that wall, like you said, he would have been in the pits, and he'd have been repairing that car going laps down. And he saved it. Beautiful job.
Should be a two pit stop race here tonight at Homestead, Miami. Don Stevenson continuing to tick off laps, Last time around, 32 seconds flat around the mile and a half. Homestead. It's not rookie. It's a big contract. It's a contract. Really take off time here very, very quickly, and they can make these laps run through all night long. Very, very fast. This should be. It should be a very, very fast race tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the top three here have opened up a 4-second lead over the rest of the field. You got Don Stevenson, David Cater, and Nathan Sedlak. They've just kind of decided to get lined up here and stop racing each other and get some laps put in. And like I said, they have pulled out a 4-second lead.
Rest of the field starting to settle in here just a little bit. Richard Holland, the 31 AutosForSale.com Chevrolet. He's getting settled in position number 10. He's bringing along his teammate Sean Nauer in the 6th machine for position number 11 as well. Rest of the field just right now very, very still, very quiet out there. Nobody making a whole lot of crazy moves out there. Everybody knowing that track position and more importantly, keeping a car is going to be the name of the game tonight. And if you can keep a clean car, you can stay competitive. Someone that I'm very interested to watch right now is the W&W trucking machine of Everett Lane, the number 1 machine. He is currently sitting 24th on the field. He's 30 seconds behind your leaders, which means he could get lapped here any given time now. That's the guy sitting second in points, 25 points behind David Wenk. Everett Lane, I don't know if he's pulling strategy or if this is, or the car's not running right, but Everett Lane, this is very uncharacteristic for that driver. The fast lane racing driver, you normally see him at the top of the field. Tonight, he's almost at the end of it.
Yeah, I've heard Everett. He's down there talking, yelling at his crew chief there that he's really, really tight. You can see him. He's sliding up the track, and he's got some damage. I think he might have got some damage in one of those earlier bang-around incidents they had out there tonight. And yeah, he's very, very tight, and he's wanting to get some new tires and get that. Matter of fact, he's heading a lap down now. He's now the first car lap down.
Heavy, it looks like a little bit of heavy left side damage right side damage on that WMW trucking machine. So Everett Lane, he's not having the night he wants. And right now, 25 points behind, he may not be able to afford the night he's having right now. He's going to go one lap down as you watch your leaders pass him by with ease. Stevenson in the Coles Wheelborough Truck Center Chevrolet, position number 1. David Cater, position number 2. Nathan Sedlak, position number 3. These guys are the class of the field right now, and nobody's getting around them. Nobody's making it work around them. Battle for position number 20 now as a 04 machine of Dustin Loynes try to get around the 17 of Gordon Berkey. That's the other Coles Wheelborough Trucking Chevrolet out there, Trucking Center Chevrolet out there. And the 04 loses more than just one position. He flattens out that right side as well in the 04 Interstate Batteries Toyota. So the 04 machine, he's having some trouble. He's having a little bit of trouble himself out there. And it looks like these guys, they're having a hard time mastering those turns and more importantly, keeping that right side clean.
To the Everett Lane here, I don't think he's too awful worried about his points right now because he's pretty much solid in the top 10. I think he can get one hit up and have a bad race. He's had a very, very good season so far this year with his one win there with Talladega in the trucks. And I think he's going to be looking all right here towards the chase. Once the chase comes back into play, all the points are out the window. We start over, and pretty much like they do with the NASCAR boys there in the real deal. They'll get a restart in their points.
Back up front, change for the lead, the 45 of David Cater. He's going to get the lead back just to come down pit road, and it looks like the pit road has opened. David Cater, the first of your leaders in the STP Chevrolet, coming down the access road. He's now going to get on the grass coming down pit road. So the 45 either is an unplanned pit stop or this is the first one to throw his hand out, and he will be the first one down pit road on lap 43. Don Stevenson has not made a commitment. Nathan Sedlak has not made a commitment. Donnie Balcom has not made a commitment yet. So now it's only a matter of time, Carl, before the rest of the field follows the leader. Yeah,
Dave Cater making that really slow 45-mile-an-hour run down pit road. Looks like he's going to take on 4 tires and fuel and make a couple adjustments to get it back out there on the racetrack.
The STP Chevrolet of Cater. If anyone can figure out this track and anyone can figure out how to make it work, it is Cater. He is the master setup guy, the master setup guru, if you will, of the iRacing sim. Cater qualifying in the good old-fashioned way, didn't have to ask for a sponsor's provisional to get in tonight. David Cater making his way back on track. He's going to lose a lot of position, probably go one lap down, but I've got a feeling he's playing this race backwards. And we've seen drivers play this race backwards throughout the entire iRacing times around here. David Wenk, I think, was talking about coming down pit road. Everett Lane is talking about how when and how he wants to make that move. And a couple other drivers, especially up front, debating how and when they want to make that move as well. So looks like the seal has been broken, and we're going to start seeing some drivers come down pit road anytime now.
And it looks like the leader, Don Stevenson, he decides he's going to make another lap around before he tries the pits, and so is Nathan Sedlick there.
The 05 machine tried to make it into the pits. Donnie Balcom tried to make the pit stop, was unable to, ends up slamming the brakes hard, spins down pit road, green flag stays out on lap 45, but Donnie Balcom, a bad night gets worse for your pole sitter.
Yeah, definitely. He was starting to kind of fall back through the field there a little bit. Now he's going to really fall back to the field there. Big miscue coming into the pits, getting that car spun around there. He's going to come in. He's going to put on 4 tires and fuel and go back out there and see if he can salvage some of this.
Don Stevenson, your pole sitter from last week in the Coles Wheelbrook Truck Center Chevrolet, continues to lead. The D&K Trucking Chevrolet of Nathan Sedlak second. This is going to be the 20 of David Wenk, your points leader. The LR Kelly Trucking Machine in third. Dale Gravel, who was just on the outside of row number 1 to start tonight's race. He's positioned number 4 now in that 33 machine. And Michael E. Johnson, 78, has climbed into the top 5. Top 10, a lot of the guys you would expect, a lot of the names you hear week in and out here in the Sunday Money Series, all within the top 10, including Michael Churchman, 6th, Phil Curry, the Blur Machine, in 7th, Richard Holland, 8th, Sean Dower now in 9th, and Bradley Cooper, the LaSalle Speedway Machine, rounding out your top 10. Really no surprises here, as the cream seems to be rising to the top early in tonight's race.
Oh, it's no surprise whatsoever. These guys are, like you said, all these guys you brought in there with Michael Churchman and Michael Johnson and Sean Dower. These guys are some of the greatest drivers I've ever run with, and when you say cream rising to the top, you're absolutely right. These guys are like I said, some of the best out there.
Battle for the lead now is the 47 of Don Stevenson, maybe yielding to the 35 of Nathan Sedlak. Into turns 1 and 2 they go. Sedlak wastes no time dispatching Stevenson. It looks like Stevenson just let him by out there. So Stevenson will drop to position number 2, and Nathan Sedlak will lead for his first laps tonight on lap number 50, about 13 laps away from the cross flags flying. And now Don Stevenson, he's going to continue to move center Chevrolet back in position number 1. Don Stevenson's had a really good lately in the last 3 races here in the Sunday Money Series and all the Impala races we've run here on LSRTV. Don Stevenson has either started on the pole or finished on the pole. February 16th, Michigan, the Small Town Computers 111. Don Stevenson won. The Collisionworx Express 101 at Daytona. He started on the pole there. And tonight in the Collisionworx Autobody 125, Don Stevenson back up front, looking to take his second win of the Impala season.
Well, what do you think there with that Don Stevenson, Nathan Sedlak thing there? You think that was a here you go, you can have the lead, take your leading points, but I'm taking it right back?
It's hard to say what exactly happened between Don Stevenson and Nathan Sedlak, and ultimately I think only those 2 drivers know what happened there. I think Nathan Sedlak got a little bit of charity from the 47 of Don Stevenson. Stevenson taking back his lead in a big way, and now he's going to be back to position number 1. He has just been dominant out here all night long, as now we have some more battles going on track. The 45 machine, that is David Cater trying to get his lap back the hard way. He's currently 1 lap down. He's fighting now with Gary Bauer in the 21 machine, the Sim Racing Setup Analyzer Chevrolet, trying to get around him, gets around him cleanly. The 33 of Dale Gravel lets by the 45 of David Cater. Dale Gravel's position number 4 right now. He's under no threat from the 45 machine, but the 45, he's fighting back the hard way to get his lap back. I know we were talking about him working his race backwards as you see him fight alongside the 20 of David Wenk right now, but if he burns it out too hard, all that backwards math he did is going to end up working against him.
It doesn't seem like he's really pushing all that hard there. I've been sitting here watching him, and he's not really pushing up the track. He's holding a really nice steady wheel. I don't think he's eating up the tires as much as what we would think. But he is the guru of setups. He's a good setup person out there. So I think he's really got a good plan going on here. And once these pit stops start shaking out, I think you're going to see him back up here in the lead.
Meanwhile, back towards the back end of the field, a couple drivers here working to fight for that lucky dog position. Everett Lane in the 1 machine, the W&W trucking machine, fighting around Martin Porter, the 8 machine, in the Berkey Painting and Sandblasting Chevrolet. And then there's Mark McFadden, the 90 machine, the Agassiz Speedway machine, the Ford Mustang. He's battling with that 8 for that lucky dog position. So all 3 of those drivers fighting it back there, looking for that lucky dog position, looking to get back on the lead lap the easy way if a yellow flag comes out. Bradley Cooper, the 25 LaSalle Speedway machine, he's going to come down pit road this time by. He was running 10th, and now we're seeing more guys come down pit road. John Pansula, the 01 machine on pit road. A couple other drivers on pit road as well. Dale Grable, the 33 comes down pit road. Daryl Cronkright's coming off pit road in the 54 machine, and the 81 Colton Berkey, the SH&D trucking machine, he's going to now go down pit road. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing your leaders come down. Dominic Diebold down on pit road. James Brown, the Buffalo Wild Wings 00 machine, he's on pit road. And now Don Stevenson announcing he's pitting in. David Wenck on pit road. Michael Johnson, Michael Churchma, it's getting busy down on pit road.
The rest of the field is going to come in and pit now. Everybody's going to be getting their laps back. Let's see what Don Stevenson's going to do here with his pit stop.
For the first time tonight, and it looks like it's going to involve. I'm not sure it's going to involve, but this is our first question of the evening coming out on lap 55, and that's going to hurt a lot of your leaders that came down pit road or are coming down pit road. Don Stevenson now coming down pit road. That's going to hurt him in a big way.
Like he's just going to drive straight on through his pits here and head right back out onto the track.
Don Stevenson just pulls it straight through pit road, and we're looking for the caution flag. The incident that brought out the caution flag here at Homestead, Miami, and we're at a loss to find it. Could this be a competition caution or a debris caution? So we're going to work to try to bring you back that caution incident that brought out our first caution flag tonight at lap 55. And for some of these guys, Carl, it is a godsend. This is exactly what they needed at the time they needed it. Your leaders, though, this is going to hurt. This is going to be a painful one.
I think the 47 may be out of fuel. He is pulled back down here on the pit road. I don't think he's got fuel. I don't think the motor's running right now.
So the 47 machine of Stevenson, he is going to be in a bad way after leading so much of this race. Heartbreak for him, but now's the time to do it. Now let's go ahead and go to the caution flag that brought out the incident that brought out that caution flag. And we're being told now it was the 8 of Martin Porter, the Berkey Painting and Sandblasting machine, racing with a 60 of Sean Dower, the 8 and 60 just getting together, making contact, and the 8 machine of Martin Porter being forced to slow up. As your leaders came around, they're going to be safe out there and bring out the caution flag for that incident. Nobody got hit. Nobody got involved. The 8 of Martin Porter got shook up by the 60 AutosForSale.com Chevrolet and Sean Dower. But other than that, looks like a cautious caution, if you will.
Boy, that's a shame there. Don Stevenson running out of fuel there. He's now coming back on the racetrack. He's got to be heartbroken after that there. He's going to come back. How many cars we're going to have back on the lead lap here, if any?
Right now, we are only scoring 6 cars on the lead lap. As Don Stevenson, we're working to confirm if he ran out of fuel or not. He was coasting it, though, as hard as he could down pit road in that 47 machine. That would be a just a heartbreaker for the driver of the Coles Wheelboro Truck Center Chevrolet, Don Stevenson. He'll be back on track, but it is going to cost him a little bit of time, a little bit of pain. More drivers now coming down to the attention of their crew, all 1 lap down. We will try to figure out we'll have to see how they sort them out and figure out how they're going to run when we come back. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial under the caution flag. First caution flag coming out on lap 57 of 125. You are watching LSRTV's live coverage of the CORA Sunday Series. It's the Collisionsworx Autobody 125 live from Homestead Miami Speedway. Stay tuned, race fans. More racing action after this. Green flying once again here at Homestead, Miami for the Collisionsworx Autobody 125. Part of the CORA Sunday Money Series live on LSRTV. Nathan Sedlak up front. Sean Dower now in second. David Cater third. Michael Whitlock in the Collisionsworx Autobot machine, now position number 4. And David Wenk, 1 lap down, position number 10. His lap hard way. Only runners on the lap right. And Matt is going to make for some heavy drive as we have a challenge for the lead. Sean Dower, who got his first top for the Money Series last week, he's going to now come down. He's now going to lead a lap. Caution flag out once again on the front. Is being told a couple of minutes of the 0-2 machine of the jet machine. He's going to start smoking. 0-1, heavy smoke coming out of the Dixon trucking machine of John Pansula. And those two drivers, they've got spent up front ends. There might have been a big accident, actually, in terms of 3 and 4. Also involved the 54 machine getting involved in that. The 15 also getting a piece of that one as well. 5 cars now being involved in incident and bringing the second caution flag of the night. Machine of Daryl Cronkwright was the first one to start that incident out there. And to the replay, we'll have to look at what exactly happened or with the 54 machine. That is Daryl Cronkwright, the North American Gaming Network Chevrolet. And it looks like he just tried to come down the road, wasn't able to do it, ends up getting a tire on the grass, ends up spinning himself out straight into harm's way, and the 54 makes contact with a small-town computer machine, the 15 machine that belongs to Dominic Dyball, and that just caused a chain reaction through the field. The 0-2 makes heavy contact with the 54. The 0-1 makes heavy contact with the 15, and both those drivers are going to need a reset. All 3 of those drivers are going to need a reset to get back on track, including the 15 of Dominic Dyball, the 17 of Gordon Berkey, the other Coles Wheelboro Truck Center machine. He's going to avoid the wreck narrowly, but he's going to be involved in a secondary incident. The 17 makes contact with the 25 machine of Bradley Cooper, and those 2 drivers are also going to get tangled up in this. So 2 separate incidents coming out here, bringing out the caution flag for the second time tonight.
Well, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I say this every time this starts happening. Cautions breed cautions. These guys start getting under caution and coming back under green. They're real close quarters again, and that's what happens.
Cautions breed cautions. Sean Dower now in control of the field. Nathan Sedlak, Cater, Michael Whitlock, and Don Stevenson, your top 5 remaining on the field as the cross flags fly under the caution flag this time by. So we are halfway home. That's the good news for these drivers. The bad news is the cautions are starting to come out. Now that they've broken the caution seal out here and cautions breed cautions, we could be in for very, very, very entertaining second half of this race.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be entertaining. It went from what could have been a very short race to this could take a while now.
It certainly could take quite a while if these guys continue on under yellow. But that also is going to mean they get to save a little bit of fuel and extend the fuel window on these cars, which is good news for some of those drivers who came in sooner rather than later under those green flag pit stops we had about 10 to 15 laps ago. So Sean Dower, you got to give a credit to Sean Dower, though. He really has found a way to turn his season around in these Impala machines. Last week, his team, that 60 team and the Old Schools Motorsports team, they found a way to get not only their first top 3 finish of the season, their top 3 and top 4 finish of the season here in the Sunday Money Series, but tonight they're doubling down their money. They're really capitalizing on that, and those AutosForSale.com Chevrolets, they're looking pretty good out here, and their pit stops, their pit strategy may have what may have benefited them as they continue to run.
Yeah, I had a little bit of an interview with Sean Dower last week after the race there for my after the race program here, and the Autoforsale.com car there. That's why he's trying as hard as he can. It's a brand new website that they just put up there. If you're looking to buy a car, go to Autoforsale.com, excuse me, and take a look and see what their new website looks like there. And if you need a car, good place to go. But That's exactly what he told me. He said that's why he tried to get up top 10. He wanted to get up there and get some notoriety on his car.
Our honorary pace car driver tonight and our grand marshal for the race here at Homestead Miami Speedway, Jeremy Langston from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. It's hard to see him in that tinted blacked out first racing Ford Mustang pace car, but he's in there. Our honorary pace car driver and grand marshal for the Autobody, for the Collisionsworx Autobody 125 here at Homestead Miami Speedway, and we are certainly glad to have Jeremy joining us from Enterprise Rent-A-Car tonight here with the CORA Sunday Money Series. Pace car lights are off. One more to go before we're back to green flag racing. In control of the field, Sean Dower, Nathan Sedlak on the front row. Pace car gets to the safety of pit road, and we are back to green flag racing. Sean Dower up front. Nathan Sedlak goes high, opens the door for David Cater, and look who's back in the mix. Don Stevenson. He is back up in the mix, and he is going to continue to run out there in that number 47 machine. Stevenson looking to make the most out of his race. Not even an empty fuel tank can stop that Coles Wheelborough Truck Center Chevrolet.
Thought he was down and out. He's brought it right back up in there into the fourth position, and he's running very well still. Sean Dower out here in the lead came out to about a 2/10 of a second lead off of David Castro.
So Sean Dower back up front, continuing to lead. David Cater now second. Nathan Sedlak, the D&K Chevrolet, he is third. John Stevenson fourth, and Michael Whitlock, the Collisionsworx Autobody machine, in position number 5 tonight. Collisionsworx Autobody making friends by accident down there in Memphis, Tennessee. It's a place where I take my car to, my Dodge Journey to, anytime I'm down in the area, which in Memphis, Tennessee, you never know. It can always, anything can happen down there, and it's happened to me a couple times that those guys always take care of me. That car, the Collisionsworx Autobody car, now running position number 5 tonight, piloted by Michael Whitlock. And Michael Whitlock's had a very quiet evening tonight, but he's really starting to make the most of it here in the second half. Time is running out. These guys are running 30-second laps plus or minus on the track. So these guys know that don't have a whole lot of time to make their move. If they're going to make their move, they need to make it, and they need to make it in a hurry. Speaking of which, back up front, another big move being made right now. Sean Dower goes high. He yields position to the 45 of David Cater, the STB Chevrolet, back in control of the field. Nathan Sedlak second, and here comes Don Stevenson.
Don who? Don Stevenson? Where did he come from?
Yeah, you might have heard that name before, Carl.
Yeah, he's been running really good there, and like I said, full tank of fuel, empty tank of fuel. It seems like he can keep the car up front no matter what. I gotta find out what the secret is to that, because usually when I run out of gas, I end up 2, 3, 4 laps down.
Just over 50 laps to go at this juncture. About 55 laps left to go, plus or minus here. 56 when they come through. Right now, 55 when they cross the start-finish line. David Cater, Nathan Sedlak, Don Stevenson, your top 3. And I don't know, they may have to tear down that 47 machine. They might be a little too good in that Impala, but Stevenson really working it incredibly hard. 3 weeks, he's continually been up front, and I know they're giving out a prize for whoever wins the Impala, the Class B season, the nationwide season, if you will. And Stevenson really in the mix right there for getting that prize. Big accordion effect now, starting from the 33 machine back to Stale Gravel, and it looks like a huge accordion effect throughout the field. Richard Holland's back there. Everett Lane, the number 1 machine, 22nd in points. He is slowing up right now. Something is wrong with that number 1 machine, and I don't know if it's a setup issue or it's an engine issue, but Everett Lane in the 1 machine, the W&W trucking machine, he is having some issues out there. Colton Berkey, the SH&D machine, he's going to get by him with these. And now it's a huge pack behind him. Joel Wood, the 79 machine, and the R&R transport machine, he's going to try to avoid the accordion effect. Mark McFadden, from 81 gets involved. 81 gets into the 1. The 81 machine, heavy problems with him. The 16 machine is involved. The 16 of Jacob Nye, the Armor All Chevrolet, he's got big junk right now. 3 cars involved in the incident. 3rd caution flag out for the evening.
Right along with the Everett Lane there when he spun out there. Boy, I don't know exactly what happened. I didn't get to see it. I was inside the cockpit there, but I know he was really fighting to try to keep it on the outside there.
Well, Laura's got the replay going up right now, and you see it, the number 81 machine. That's Colton Berkey, the SH&D Trucking Chevrolet. He loses it going through the turns, forces to lock the brakes up on that 81 machine, and he just goes straight right turn into the rear quarter panel of the number 1 machine of Everett Lane. Those two drivers go for a ride. The spin cycle hits them hard, and they go right in front of that group. We were talking about accordioning up the 16, the Armor All machine of Jacob Nye. He got a big piece of that after making contact with the 1 machine. Those 3 cars are going to be in a world of hurt out there. The only 3 cars involved in this incident, though, and that will bring out the 3rd caution flag for the evening. So for the number 1 of Everett Lane, the W&W Trucking Chevrolet, a bad night just gets worse out here. He's going to need to use his 2nd reset to try to do anything, to do something to get back out there and get back on the lead.
And pit road is open. David Cater is going to lead the group down here. Looks like they're going to try for their last pit stop of the night.
This could be the last pit stop of the night if it goes green for the rest of the evening. David Cater leads them down. Don Stevenson down on pit road. Nathan Sedlak, Michael Johnson, Donnie Balcom down on Will Churchma on pit road, Michael Whitlock and Bradley Cooper all coming to the attention of their crews. And I've got a feeling we'll see a lot Johnson takes 2 tires. Now for those leaders, at number 20 of David Wenk, he's now on pit road, and Michael Churchma, the first one out, he only took 2 tires out there. Churchma in the Lafarge machine, he's gonna make big Rick Gamble, and he's only going to take 2 outside tires. David Cater comes off behind him, and a couple of the drivers come off as well. The order that they come off of should be the 88, the 45, the 47 comes off 3rd. Nathan Sedlak 4th. Sean Dower comes off 5th. Michael Johnson 6th. Donnie Balcom 7th. Michael Whitlock comes off 8th. Bradley Cooper comes off 9th. And Dustin Loynes, who was involved in an incident earlier tonight, he should come off around position. Nope, it'll be David Wenk that comes off 10th. So points leader continues to run within that top 10 group.
Kind of wondered about the decision to take 2 tires at this track, though. Everybody else took 4 tires. He's going to be slipping and sliding up in front of these guys. He's going to be losing positions wholesale, I think. I know it hasn't been all that long since they've pitted, but still 2 tires. You're taking a lot of chances out there on 2 tires, I think, because this is a very, very slick track, and I'd want all 4. If I'm gonna go to the pit at any time on a track like this, I'm getting 4 tires and fuel.
It's an interesting move by the driver of that 88 machine, by Michael Churchma. He was fast in practice tonight. He was the 3rd fastest driver in practice tonight. When he qualified top 10. So Churchma, the Lafarge machine, they're going to roll the dice for the Elblum, Illinois group. He's going to roll the dice for everybody in the group out there, and he is going to be currently being scored position number 1. Lots of guys looking for the wave around this time by. Everyone looking for a lot of guys looking for that wave around right now, as the Cardi still hasn't come down pit road. Ryan Borges, Richard Holland, Dale Gravel, they're going to get the wave around, and that's going to put a lot of drivers back on the lead lap.
Now looks like we're going to have 18 drivers back on the lead lap, and once they give the wave around, it's going to be 19, because we're going to have Colton Berkey back on the lead lap too. I believe he's going to be the lucky dog.
So Sal Accardi and company all looking for the wave around this time by. The field in control of Michael Churchma in the 88 machine. David Cater, though, on his outside. Don Stevenson behind him. And the cast of characters that have been running top 10 all night immediately behind that group. One more to go here on the track. Michael Churchma, David Cater, the front row, as all those drivers that are looking for their lap back, they're going to come around the pace car this time by. The entire field will be in control of Churchma and Cater. This is going to be a showdown for the ages, Carl.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a good one here. I'm really curious to see how them 2 tires on Church's car is gonna react to this track here. Like I said, when I was out there running earlier, it was slick, and every time I went into the pits, I was throwing 4 tires on this thing just to try to keep it underneath me. I do not like the idea that he took 2 tires and he's sitting up here in the front of this pack. It's going to be interesting.
Going to be very interesting watching them all come together, watching it all work out as we get ready to go back to green flag racing on lap number 77. Time running out on this field. Less than 50 to go before we have a winner of the Collisionsworx Autobody 125 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Michael Churchma in front of the group. David Cater's second pace car down on pit road. And Michael Churchma, with only two brand new Goodyears, is going to hit the gas, hit the line first, and he wastes no time getting high and getting in front of that 45 of David Cater, leading him around like he's leading a train of a whole train of cars behind him. David Cater, we're happy to let him run, but I think Cater's going to shoot him down real quick here. 4 tires versus 2. Cater's got the advantage down low.
Oh, I think you're going to see a lot of cars shooting him down here. Here comes David Cater. Here comes Stevenson and also Nathan Selleck looking to the inside here, pass him out. Like I said, I do not see where it was a good idea to take 2 tires. Oh, that was really close. Michael Churchman got it right down on there and squeezed Don Stevenson down on the inside of that turn.
Trying to force Don Stevenson's hand. Stevenson will not be denied, though. Put him in position number 2, Sedlak position number 3, and now here comes Sean Dower, the AutoSforSale.com Chevrolet. And a bunch of guys trying to check up. The 88 Fortson check up. Donnie Balcom checks it up. The 78 of Michael Johnson checks up. The 20 of David Wenk, he checks up, but now these guys are back on the track. 2 by 2 they go, and don't get up Bradley Cooper, the LaSalle Speedway machine. He's going to try to run in this pack as well. Time calming them down now through the field. Donnie Balcom leads them. Sean Dower right behind him. David Wenk and Bradley Cooper 10. So Michael Churchman able to stop leading in position number 4 in that 88 machine, but up front still all about those 3 drivers. Cater, Stevenson, Sedlak. These guys have had a feel for the car all night, know how to run this car all night, and they've been very confident in making it work for them. And now they're going to continue to run first, second, third throughout the night. One guy who wants a piece of that pie, the L.R. Kelly trucking machine of Wenk, that Storm Motorsports driver, wants to get around his teammate and see what damage they can't wreak here at Homestead, Miami. A hurricane is coming, and I think that hurricane's name is David Wenk, as it looks like they have a driver coming down pit road this time, but I couldn't get your number on it. Nope, I was mistaken, saw the cone on. I might have been David Wenk, now in position number 6, on Sean Dower, the 78 of Michael Johnson, now position number 8, and these top 10, they're not wasting any time. They know that time is compressing, time is slowing up. They need to make some moves, so they're going to make the moves.
Stevenson, he's back down the inside of David Cater for the lead. And we are back under caution.
Caution flag out for the 5th time tonight. It's going to be big trouble in turns 3 and 4 involving the 54 machine once again. The pandemic dieball involved once again. Heavy smoke pouring out of the 54 machine. The American Gaming Network machine. And it looks like once again the number 1 of Everett Lane that got caught up in that one. He's going to get around one time. And Everett Lane, you hate to see this from the guy who's running second in points, because you can only imagine just how frustrated he is that his car is not working, especially with points implications on the line.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's got to be getting aggravated out there. I know I would be, but like I said, I don't think he's going to drop too far out of the points. I think you can get one hiccup out of the season, out of the beginning of the season here, and really not hurt you all that much. And once we get into the chase, that's all erased anyway. We're going to be back to square one, and I think Everett will be all right.
So the W&W trucking machine of Everett Lane looks like he made lightest contact with a 31 machine. That's Autos for Sale machine of Richard Holland. The one's going to go for a ride, and more importantly, as he goes with the ride through the turns, comes back up on the track, and he is going to make heavy contact with the 54 of Darryl Cronkrite, the Buffalo Wild Wings machine of the CEO, James Brown, and once again, the 15 of Dominic Dyball, the Small Town Computers machine, gets in the mix once again. Those drivers just having a night that's going from bad to worse here as pit road about to pick up business one more time. Your leaders back down pit road. David Cater on pit road. Nathan Sedlock on pit road. Donnie Balcom on pit road. The 78, the RMT trucking machine of Michael Johnson on pit road. Dale Gravel now on pit road. John Pansula comes down. James Wilkin, the Goodwrench machine, comes down pit road. The 02 machine, that Jegs machine of Charlie Starks, he's going to come down pit road this time by. But the one name I did not see come down pit road, and correct me if I'm wrong, the 47 of Don Stevenson.
No, Don Stevenson, he stayed out there on the track, and he stayed out in the lead there. So, I don't know if that was a bad mistake either, because he just came in here about 5-6 laps ago, so he should be okay on tires. I think he'll be fine up in front. The one that I'm watching now again is Michael Churchman, because he did not pit, and he's still out there running on only 2 newer tires.
Running in the first racing Ford Mustang pace car tonight, our Grand Marshal, Jeremy Langston from Enterprise Rent-A-Car, our special Grand Marshal here in the Collisionworx Autobody 125. Jeremy, welcome to the show. Thanks for being our Grand Marshal here tonight. How much fun is it being a part of the sim racing experience here at Homestead, Miami?
I'm loving it. First time, and it's nothing but action. I'm loving all these wrecks, having a great time.
Now I know you're a big real racing fan. I'm sure you watched the Phoenix race. How does the racing here in CORA and in the iRacing what you watch?
I think I missed you. I just missed you there.
It looks like we're having some radio problems. So asking is, you're a big real race fan. How does the racing you're watching here compare to what you see in NASCAR?
I think these guys can compete, man, no doubt about it. Very impressive. I mean, a lot of great racing going on tonight. It's been awesome.
Now, I know you're running about 60 miles per hour in that first racing Ford Mustang pace car tonight. Are we ever going to see you? Are we going to see an Enterprise Rent-A-Car out there anytime soon?
You never know. You never know. I think that thing will look a lot better green. You're right. That's a nice-looking pace car, but I'd love to see it green.
We definitely would. Jeremy Langston from Enterprise Rent-A-Car, our official Grand Marshal here tonight in the Collisionworx Autobody 125. Down there in Memphis, Tennessee, I know you guys do a lot of work with Collisionworx, especially making sure people get where they need to go and make sure that they get what they need while their car is being taken care of.
No doubt about it. We're rooting for our hometown guy, Mike Whitlock, tonight in the Collisionworx vehicle. You're right.
And I imagine you and Collisionworx do a lot of business together, making sure that even when a car's in the shop, people can still get around and get what they need done. That's Jeremy Langston.
You're exactly right.
That's Jeremy Langston from Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Lights are off. We'll let you get back to the business of restarting this field. Thank you for taking the time to join us, Jeremy.
Thank you guys very much. It's been great.
Jeremy Langston from Enterprise Rent-A-Car, your official Grand Marshal and pace car driver here at the Collisionworx Autobody 125 at Homestead Miami Speedway. Pace car lights are off. One more to go before we're back to the business of green flag racing, and time is running out. Less than 40 to go here at this point. Don Stevenson back in control of the field. Michael Churchman, David Wenk, Bradley Cooper, Michael Whitlock, your top 5. They did not come down pit road for gas. They did not come down pit road for tires. So now it's of the haves versus the have-nots. Can talent hold off gear as we get ready to go back to green flag racing? Don Stevenson back in control of this field. Pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road as soon as he sees the opening. Don Stevenson, Michael Churchma, 2 very qualified drivers, 2 perennial favorites here in the CORA Sunday Money Series. The first racing Ford Mustang pace car down to the safety of pit road, and Don Stevenson wastes no time getting on the hammer, and we are back to green flag racing. Stevenson up front, Wenk second, Churchma third. Top 3 line up, and they are down and away. Bradley Cooper, top 4. Now it's 3 wide between the 05, the 35, the 28. Those drivers make it 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. They settle it out among themselves very, very quickly. The 05, the 35 machine, they're going to continue to run side by side for position number 7. Sedlak inside the 05 machine of Donnie Balcom. Side by side they roll, and they're going to continue to drag around down to the front stretch to the start-finish line. Balcom officially in 8th, but that could all change. Nope, that's not going to change. Sedlak back in position number 7. Sedlak he continues to be hungry now. He's now digging for more position, trying to get around the 25 of Bradley Cooper for even more position. That's going to be position number 4 he's passing him for. And the rest are now position number 5 as the 35 machine gets around the 25 with ease. The 88 machine of Churchma with 2 old tires. Those 2 old left side tires cannot compete. He's going to continue to get passed by more and more drivers. Sedlak, the D&K Trucking Chevrolet, he's a man on a mission. Ben, looks like we got some trouble here on the track as we continue to run out here. The 02 machine involved once again. That 02 machine of Charlie Starks, he's facing the wrong way. Yellow flag out one more time, and it is going to be a big, big wreck right in the middle of that back group. The 2, the 27, the 15, they continue. The 50 continues a streak of bad luck. 3 cars involved. Caution back on the track. As you watch the replay, it's just a 02 machine of Charlie Starks and the 27 machine of Gary Bauer. The sim racing setup analyzer machine looks like he forced the issue with the 02 machine. Only 2 guys one guy can occupy that lane. Both of them wanted to, but they both make contact, and they're going to spin out right in front of the 15 machine, the small town PC machine of Dominic Dyball. And Dyball, wrong place, wrong time, one more time, and I believe he is out of resets. His night could be, for all intents and purposes, done. A couple guys already ducking down to pit road, including that 25 machine of Bradley Cooper and the 60 of Sean Dower. They're going to see if they can get a little bit more gas, maybe new tires, to see what they can do to make it work out here. Lap 91 being scored. Time is running out. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break and bring you back to all the action here as time winds down in the Collisionsworx Autobody 125, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series at Homestead Miami Speedway. You're watching it live on LSRTV. Stay tuned, race fans. More after this. Don Stevenson still in control of the race here at Homestead Miami Speedway. The CORA Sunday Money Series continues here on LSRTV. Lights are out. One more lap to go here in the Collisionsworx Autobody 125, and time is running out. Only 32 laps to go, 31 when they cross the start-finish line. Don Stevenson still in control of this field. David Wenck second. David Cater now in third. Nathan Sedlak fourth. Michael Churchma fifth, and a whole litany of drivers, including the Collisionsworx Autobody driver from Memphis, Tennessee, Michael Whitlock, in position number 7. Carl, this could be the restart that determines the race.
Yeah, very well could be. It looks like your top 4 pitted on that caution one more time, and once again, Michael Churchman stayed out there. He's still out there on those old tires, and I think we're just going to see him falling back further and further through the field here. I'm still saying that that's a bad idea. These guys are keeping new tires on their cars every single caution.
Probably a bad idea. We're going to take a look at how that works here in real time. You're going to see the restart work on the front, and in the split screen, you're going to watch the 88 of Michael Churchma, who still hasn't come down for tires since he took the 2-tire stop just a moment ago. Let's watch it all play out in real time. Stevenson up front, Churchma in the window. Green flag flies, and we are back to the business of green flag racing back up front, and it is Don Stevenson getting the big shot. Lap 95 being scored right now. 31 to go. David Cater now in second. Wenck third. Nathan Sedlak fourth. And Michael Churchman's found a second win. He's now going to run right behind the 35 machine of Nathan Sedlak, challenging him as they go almost 3 wide on the backstretch.
Looks like he's gonna try to keep that up there for some. I don't know how he's doing it, boy. Well, I think we just found out. There it goes. He's starting to slip and slide around now. I just watched his. If you watch the steering wheel there, he's really fighting that wheel back and forth, trying to keep that car straight.
They continue to run out here with time running out on the field. Don Stevenson up front. David Cater second. Nathan Sedlak third. David Wenck fourth. The 05 of Donnie Baucom now position number 6. Churchma 7th. It's going to be Dale Gravel, who's on the start on the front row. 8th. Michael Whitlock 9th. And Michael E. Johnson rounding out your top 10. And guys, with time running out, this is not the position you want to be in if you're behind that 47 machine. But I've got a feeling that David Cater, he's going to sit there, bide his time a little bit, and continue to run as they continue just to run single file, knowing that every lap is another lost opportunity. Back in third, Nathan Sedlak, the D&K trucking machine, position number 3. David Wenck fourth. Donnie Baucom, your top 5 as they continue to run now. Time running out. They cross the start-finish line, now scoring lap 98.
Here for a pass. If you watch him, every time he comes out of the turn there, he's kind of peeking down low, and I think you're going to see him try to go and take a high pass on him here. I've seen David Cater here earlier. He was running the higher line and seemed like he was a little bit faster. So I think he's trying to get Don Stevenson comfortable down there on the low line. He's going to try to take him high. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm looking at.
Continuing to run on the front of the field, Don Stevenson, David Cater, Nathan Sedlak, David Wenck, Donnie Baucom, your top 5, but really it's all about your top 3. The 47 machine, the Coles Wheelboro Truck Center of Don Stevenson, David Cater, Nathan Sedlak. These guys have been the class of the field all night, and as time runs out, as we have 26 laps to go, as soon as they cross that start-finish line, 26 to go officially on the books. These guys are now starting to make it work out there. These guys know that one slip up, one error, and the race is over for them. They continue to run. You are watching really the cream of the crop rise here in these B cars, these B-class cars here at Homestead Miami Speedway.
It looks like the only 2 wide action we got right now in the top 10 here is the 78 car of Michael E. Johnson's down underneath Michael Churchman here, as Michael Churchman seems to be slipping further back. He's now going back here into the clutches of Michael Whitlock in the 28 car.
The 47 machine of Don Stevenson continuing to lead. Back behind him, David Wink, position number 5, trying to get around Donnie Balcom for that 4th position. Again, David Wink just trying to, as hard as he can, to increase his points lead, give him as big of a safety net as he can going into the chase, especially with one more B-car race left, and that's going to be at Talladega in 1 week's time. So these guys working as hard as they can, getting the best finish they can out here. Forget the money, forget the payout that comes at the end of this race. $30 for the winner, $22.50 for second, $17.50 for third, all the way back to position number 18. Forget the payout for just a minute. These guys working for pride, these guys working for points. In Don Stevenson's case, he's working for the qualifying championship as well as the B-car championship.
There's definitely some nice prizes even going to be given out there for the qualifying championship. I believe they got a really nice graphics card that's going to be up if it's on the line for first place. So that's a couple $100 right there. So yeah, they're fighting for everything out here tonight.
Winner of the qualifying championship will go home with a 2-gig GeForce GTX 660 Superclock Signature 2 graphics card capable of powering up to 4 monitors, and Don Stevenson in contention for that after some very inspired qualifying runs these past couple of weeks. Stevenson now leading on lap 104 with time running out, 22 laps left to go here on the track. David Cater second, Nathan Sedlak third, David Wank unable to pass Donnie Balcom, and now Balcom catching up to your lead group, to that top 4 group. So now David Wank, the 20 machine, in position number 5, just kind of running around and ticking off laps as they continue to run here at Homestead. Michael E. Johnson, the RMT Trucking Chevrolet, he is 6th. Michael Churchma all the way back to 7th, but able to find off Dale Gravel in that 33 machine to keep position number 7, trying not to drop to position number 8. Churchma, the good news for him is he'll be able to have a good run, to make a good run work. The bad news is he may not be able to stay in the top 10 the way he's running right now.
Here we go. It looks like back up here in the front, David Cater, he just took a really big look down on the inside of David Stevenson there to see what he could get there. He thought better, but pulled back up right from behind, and he's going to follow him around here for another lap.
Going to follow him around here for another lap as Churchma continues to find off that 33 machine, and Churchma doing everything he can for the Elbum, Illinois shop of Lafarge. Churchma trying everything he can, figuring out every trick he can do to stay top 7. Churchma's always a perennial favorite here, and you know that he's doing everything he can to make it work for him.
They're starting to heat up here in the front again. We got the number 05 of Donald Buchanan passing up here for the 4th position around David Wink.
Back up front, battling for position, starting to come into play here. The Coles Wheelboro Truck Center of Don Stevenson fighting off David Cater. Top 2 starting to break away. Donnie Balcom, Nathan Sedlak, now a group of their own. What was a group of 3, now a battle of 4 as Balcom gets around Sedlak. So Balcom in the 05 One-Up Motorsports Chevrolet, your pole sitter for tonight's race, having a little bit of resurgence here on lap 108. Time running out. If Balcom's going to make a move, he needs to do it now. He needs to make that move and really set his line in stone. Less than 20 laps to go here. Time is running out. 17 laps to be exact. The 47-45, first and second, but Donnie Balcom about to be the wild card in the mix. The 47 machine continues to hold the lead out here, but it is a very thin, a very fragile lead as Cater, Balcom knocking on the door, trying to get around, and Balcom now debates making the move for position number 2. Not able to do so, gonna put lead Cater behind him. Don Stevenson, the 47 machine, the Coles Wheelboro Truck Center machine continues to run position number 1. David Cater, Donnie Balcom, your top 3, and then there's Nathan Sedlak on the tail end of that group. and he is going to be continuing to try to keep up with him, continuing to fight with that group. Your top four working as hard as they can to make it work. Now David Cater continuing to peek under the 47 of Don Stevenson. It is the CORA favorite versus the setup guru. He gets a push with the 05 machine. The 45 gets the door closed, and Don Stevenson continues to lead. Don Stevenson, what can you say about Don Stevenson? He continues to run as hard as he can, fighting them out there, tooth and nail, hammer and tong. Now side by side, David Cater gets right beside Don Stevenson, and they're running as hard as they can, side by side. 15 to go at this point, 14 to go when they cross the start-finish line on the front stretch. Cater gets away with the lead with 14 to go, and it's now a battle still up front as there's a jailbreak. The 47 of Stevenson, he's now starting to drop behind. He drops behind Donnie Baucom in the 05 machine. David Cater in the 45 machine. These guys are running first, second, and now here comes Don Stevenson. What was a sure victory is now under question. The 05, the 47 continue to run second and third out there. David Cater starting to break away from the field as they continue to tick off lap after lap, 30 seconds at a time. Baucom now in second. Don Stevenson getting close to as close as he can to that 05 machine. Running position number 3, Nathan Sedlak waiting for one of these guys to make a mistake so he can capitalize. Your top four get into the business of doing business. David Wank giving these guys a lot of space out there, but he is slowly but surely reeling them in. David Wank, your LR Kelly Trucking points leader, he continues to run in that 20 machine and just running, reeling slowly but surely. You've got the you can't help but have the feeling right now that he saved everything he had for this moment right here. David Wank, the 20 machine, reeling them in slowly but surely. Nathan Sedlak watching the move, and now it's a battle for position number 2 as Donnie Baucom, Don Stevenson side by side. They go into turns 3 and 4. Don Stevenson low, Donnie Baucom high, side by side. They're going to continue to run. Donnie Baucom has the advantage. Don Stevenson low, and he makes contact with Nathan Sedlak. Sedlak trying to use the chrome horn to get around him, and what was a great run for Don Stevenson is starting to slip away. 11 laps to go at this point. Don Stevenson doing everything he can to hold on to a podium finish. Nathan Sedlak trying to close the door on that 47 machine. The 05 of Donnie Baucom almost uncontested, and David Cater nowhere to be found. He's in his own time zone. They're now battling. The dogs are fighting for the scraps in the back now. The 05 in second, then 35 of Nathan Sedlak third, the 47 fourth. David Wank, your top 5. A couple drivers electing to get out of the way and call it a night, but these guys up front will not be deterred. David Cater may have the advantage, but the 4 behind him, they continue to run as hard as they can, as fast as they can. These guys doing everything they can to make this run work. David Cater leading with only 10 to go. Donnie Baucom second, Nathan Sedlak third, Stevenson fourth, David Wank, your top 5. 9 to go as they cross the line. The rest of the field settling in for the rest of this race. No major battles on track right now. Everybody finishing out the race as best they can. Cater still continuing to lead them. Battle now for position number 8 and 9th. Richard Holland, the AutosForSale.com 31, trying to fight off Dale Grable, the 33 machine, in the Money to Burn Motorsports machine. That is those are money positions, and that is a difference of, it looks like $1 between those two drivers. Doesn't sound like a lot to you and me, but for these guys, $1 is bragging rights. $1 is $1 more than they had, and they're going to be happy to take it if they can make it work. David Cater first, Donald Baucom second, Nathan Sedlak third, Don Stevenson fourth, David Wank, your top 5, Michael Johnson now 6, Michael Churchma drops to position number 7, Richard Holland 8th, Dale Grable 9th, and Bradley Cooper rounds out your top 10. David Carter just in a time zone of his own right now. The setup guru showing his strength out here. Only 7 laps to go left, and David Cater with well over almost a second, 0.7 of a second last time around on Donnie Baucom. David Cater has looked like he's saving the best for last. Donnie Baucom second, Nathan Sedlak third. Don Stevenson, who was your leader, who had the big run earlier, who led a lot of these laps out here, he is now fighting for survival as you see him working with the 20 machine, the Storm Motorsports driver of David Wank. Wank giving the push to this 47, trying to get him around the 35 of Nathan Sedlak. 6 to go as they cross the line. David Cater nowhere to be found. Donald Balcom in a world of his own. Now the battle is for that third position. Position number 3 between the 35 of Sedlak, the 47 of Stevenson. Wank, the wild card. Who will he throw his support behind? So far it's been the 47, the 20 now debating the high side just enough to take the momentum off of Stevenson's run. Stevenson's back position number 4, Sedlak third. David Cater now passing Jason Halverson in the 21 Ford Motorcraft machine. That Ford Mustang a lap down. He's also going to get passed by Donnie Balcom. No time for those guys behind him. They continue to run out there. The 45 machine, position number 1. 5 laps to go, 4 when they cross the start-finish line. Balcom second. The 21 of Jason Halverson, despite trying to fight off those drivers, he's going to continue to go low now. Now David Wank sees a resurgence in the number 20 machine. He gets past the 47 of Don Stevenson for that 4th position. Stevenson, he's not going to be able to fight for that podium position anymore. His night might be done. Wank now getting side by side with the 35 of Nathan Sedlak. David Wank in the 20 machine. He's battling for points. He is battling for pride. He's battling for another win out here. He may not be able to get it, but he's going to get as close as he can. Wank now with the push from the 47 of Stevenson. They're going to go 3 wide almost. Yes, no. The Stevenson can't figure out what he wants to do. He's going to go back and forth in the bumper of the 20 machine of David Wank, and Wank will be square position number 3. Now battle for position number 4 between Sedlak and Stevenson. Yellow flag comes out. This race is over here at Homestead, Miami. Stevenson, position number 4. Sedlak, position number 5. And David Wank now looking for podium position. Remember, Wank and Stevenson battling now for this Class B championship. They only have one more race in the Class B car before they go to the Gen 6 car. So these guys fighting for the championship between them. Stevenson now getting the shot from Nathan Sedlak for that 3rd position. Donnie Balcom slowly starting to reel in David Cater. 2 laps to go, 1.5 as they come through turns 3 and 4, and the battle now for position number 3. First and second have all but been decided. Now white flag will come out as soon as the 45 crosses the line. Cater keeps it in cruise control for one more lap. Donnie Balcom second. Now position number 3 between Stevenson, Wank, Sedlak. This is the battle for the last podium position here at Homestead, Miami. The race coming to an end here on the backstretch into turns off turns 1 and 2. The 47 still trying to hold off the 20 and the 35. 20 challenging from the high side through turns 3 and 4, getting as close as they can. 35 waiting for one of these 2 drivers to make a mistake. Stevenson will not be denied. Up front, David Cater wins at Homestead, Miami. Donnie Balcom second, and in that battle for 3rd, it looks like it is going to be Don Stevenson walking away with the 3rd place finish. David Wank 4th, Nathan Sedlak your top 5. Almost a full minute between almost a full second between 3rd and 4th. David Cater, the challenger, the setup guru, showing his strength, showing his knowledge of these cars here tonight. Cater, your winner. Balcom second. Don Stevenson, your top 3. This has been an incredibly exciting race for everybody involved, and with so few caution flags, it's been a lot of fun. The Collisionsworx Autobody 125 coming to an end, and it will belong to David Cater, driver of that 45 STP machine, in front, finishing first. You see him burn him out here on the front stretch. David Cater celebrating a big win and a $30 payday in the CORA Sunday Money Series. When we return, we'll talk to your top 3 drivers and recap all the action here from Homestead Miami Speedway. David Cater, the setup guru himself, your winner. We'll talk to your top 3 when we return. The Collisionworx Autobody 125 coming to an end here in the CORA Sunday Money Series at Homestead, Miami on LSRTV. David Cater, the big winner as a result of some late race changes that put him to the front. Donnie Balcom second, Don Stevenson third, David Wenk fourth, Nathan Sedlak your top five tonight. Michael E. Johnson sixth, Michael Churchman seventh, Richard Holland eighth, Dale Gravel ninth, Bradley Cooper your top 10. Michael Whitlock, Sean Dower, Ryan Borges, Sal Cardi, Dustin Lloyd your top 15. James Brown, Mark McFadden, James Wilkins, John Pansula, and Joel Wood, your top 20. Pansula, the last driver, being scored on the lead lap when it all ended. Jolton Berkey finishing 21st, Everett Lane 22nd, Phil Gary 23rd, Dominic Dyball 24th, Jacob Nye 25th, Jason Halverson finished at 26th, Martin Porter 27th, Charles Starks 28th, Gary Bauer, Daryl Cronkright, and Gordon Berkey rounding out your field of 31 tonight here at Homestead, Miami Speedway. But tonight, it's all about the setup guru himself, the man who knows these cars maybe better than the car themselves, David Cater, driving the STP 45 Chevrolet in Victory Lane. And David, that last move, that last run you had for this, the checkered flag, inspiring to say the least.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I knew that when Donnie and I went in and took that last pit stop, I knew we had a little fresher tires than Don did. And as quick as Don was, all I needed to do was ride behind him, let him burn them up a little bit. And then when I told Donnie that we get between 15-10 to go, that means it's time to go. So that's when I said, all right, well, let's go and see what happens.
You definitely made it work out there. What was the key to this race? You mentioned pit strategy. You mentioned patience. You mentioned having those two come together at the very end. If you could isolate it to one key event that really made it come together for you tonight, what would you say it is?
Honestly, it's probably just holding Donnie out or Don out to and pitting right behind him. If he'd have been second and pitted behind me, I don't know if I'd have been able to hold him off. It's just me being second and being able to late pit to where he couldn't get into the pits and me having the fresher tires and just having the thing sitting on a rail. I got lucky and found a couple of spring adjustments that just set this thing on a rail in this weather, and I was real happy with the car.
It looked like it was a very strong car all night long, and now you're able to walk away with a $30 finish in your first start here in the CORA Series. That's got to be a nice feeling, walking away with a little money in your pocket.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not as much as the money, just being able to come into an established, well thought of place like CORA here and to be able to run this good and the respect from the drivers is worth a whole lot more than the $30. The $30 is nice. Now I'll make some servers with that, but just as long as gaining the respect of the drivers is a whole lot more important than that.
David, I don't want you to give away your entire book of tricks here, your entire what's under the magic hat there, but what you know setups better than arguably anybody here at iRacing. What makes the perfect setup? How does it all come together at the end of the day? If you could give one piece of advice for making the perfect setup, what advice would that be?
Matching the front ride heights with the travel and the front springs. If you can get, especially on a 1.5 miles like this on a bigger track, getting that front splitter sealed off to where when it gets in these nationwide cars, when the front springs stop traveling and they coil bind, is getting that time to where right as that happens, that front splitter's sitting right on top of the racetrack. If you can do that, you're going to be really fast down the straightaways and it will sit down in the corners. The biggest thing is getting the front splitter to seal off to the racetrack the most. The more you can have it all the way around the track sitting on top of the ground, the quicker you'll be for the longer run.
Definitely square advice from the setup guru himself, David Cater. David, I know you got STB on the hood. Who makes it work for you in the 45 team?
No, it's got to be the guys at One Up Motorsports. There's a lot of help and testing. Donnie Balcom beside me here is one of the guys that helps me test these things through telemetry and finding out how they feel about the car. It's got to be the guys at One Up Motorsports, every one of them.
David Cater, your winner here at Homestead Miami in the CORA Sunday Money Series, walks away with $30 for winning the Collisionsworx Autobody 125. David, thank you for joining us tonight. Congratulations on a big win, and hopefully we'll see you back here at CORA pretty soon.
Thank you, sir.
That is David Cater finishing first here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. Teammate Donnie Balcom finishing second, the One-Up Motorsports Chevrolet. And Donnie, you had your hands full all night with that machine, but ultimately able to pilot it back here to a second place finish. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We talked about setup there with David just a moment ago. What was the key to your car? Was it setup? Was it the hours of testing? When at the end of the day, what made that 05 car so special? You started up there on the pole. You ran up in the top group all night, now finishing second. What made this car so special for you tonight?
I'll tell you the main thing is just having confidence in the car. The cars that David and One-Up Motorsports build, they're so good on the long run that you just know that even if guys are running faster you in the beginning of the race, you know you're going to pretty much outdrive them towards the end on a better lasting car. And that's what, we work really, really hard every week on trying to figure out how we can make every car last as long as it possibly can. And I think that's exactly what we had today. We didn't have to drive it real hard in the beginning. We just knew that it would last towards the end. And that's what happened. I was able to pass cars, even though I got stuck behind with a couple pit stops that late in the race we decided to pit. We got stuck behind some cars, and I just had confidence that I was able to go around them when it counted.
The car definitely having legs tonight. Let's talk about your pit strategy. You and David came down right about the right time, looking for tires. How big was that stop, and how much those tires play into your big finish?
To be honest, we really didn't know if that was going to work out for us or not. We just decided to gamble. And I asked David coming down, I was like, "Do you want to pit?" And he didn't really respond, so I didn't know what was going to happen. And all of a sudden he ducked in, so I ducked in too. And it was just to find out. He was like, "I don't know. I was just going to see who else followed. If people didn't follow, they didn't." And so we took a gamble hoping that if it stayed green, we'd have fresh tires and that, we would have the advantage. And it just happened to work out for us. It was just a good call at the right time.
Second place finish here at Homestead Miami going to earn you $22.50 for your efforts tonight. Definitely not a bad way to spend a couple hours here in iRacing.
Regardless of winning a little extra dollars, the event was probably the best event I've had in iRacing so far. It ran so good. It was so fun. It was the most courteous racing I've had in my career on iRacing, and it made the experience 10 times better than racing anything else. And I get why people do it. This is my first league race, and I understand why they do it now. It's just a lot more fun because the drivers are just a lot more respectful, and I really appreciate that.
Donnie Balcom starting on the pole, finishing second. I know there's a lot of people who make it work for you, including that One-Up Motorsports team. Anyone you want to give a shout out to, my friend?
I would like to thank LSRTV for broadcasting and hosting this. It really makes us feel like we're DWC drivers and pros and stuff, and it's it just adds to the excitement. CORA, of course. I mean, if you guys don't put this on, we don't have a great platform for us to shine and have a great time. One-Up Motorsports, again, I can't thank those guys enough. I mean, ever since they took me on as a teammate, and they just treat me well. I get to run some of the best setups. Obviously, I got to thank my girlfriend. She lets me race. If it wasn't for her, I would probably be out doing dishes or cleaning the house or watching TV or whatever. I'm just really thankful that she allows me to race.
Definitely want to thank the head of household for that one. Donnie Balcom finishing second tonight here at CORA. Good win tonight, and hopefully we'll see you back here in a CORA race pretty soon.
Thank you very much, guys. I had a great time.
Donnie Balcom, the One-Up Motorsports driver, finishing second here tonight and at the CORA Sunday Money Race from Homestead Miami Speedway, the Collisionsworx Autobody 125. Don Stevenson, who's had such a great run in these B-Class cars, finishing third tonight. And Don, I know you wanted to finish first, make it your second win here in the season, your second win in the B car, but it just didn't seem like it was meant to be.
Yeah. I mean, it was going to be a close battle, I think, with me and David there. if we were both on fresh tires, because I think our two cars were pretty even, and I think it was just going to come down to whoever could catch the draft at the right time and make the right move. But we had that caution with about 42 to go, and that was a tough decision, and I chose to stay out, hoping that there'd be more cars that stayed out, and hopefully that they could be mired back in the pack a little bit, but just didn't work out that way. But it was still a good run. Good run for the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevy. I mean, can't be happier. It's always a good finish getting to the podium.
You had that contentious battle in the last 5 laps to go for that third position. Walk us through that battle between you, Nathan Sedlak, and David Wenk for position number 3.
Well, at that time, I mean, you're not really thinking about much. As a racer and as a driver, all you know is hold it wide open as much as you can and let it hang out there. And I mean, it was fun racing those guys. Those guys, my teammates, that they just brought me on to Storm Motorsports a couple weeks ago, so it was interesting on TeamSpeak with them. But it was fun racing. I can't thank those guys enough. I mean, it's rare when you can race just other drivers that way, that hard and that clean. But even more so when you're racing teammates, you really don't want to get into them and bump them or anything. But it was so much fun battling there to the finish.
Don, you just had an incredibly inspired run through all of these B-class cars. You have a pole to your name, you have a win to your name, and 2 consecutive podium finishes. How much fun are you having in this B car, and how sad are you going to be when it all ends next week?
Well, to be honest, I believe the next car is the A car, or the Gen 6 car. I might be wrong, but I'm actually really looking forward to that, because in iRacing, I mostly focus on the Gen 6 car, so I'm really looking forward to that. But it has been fun running this B car. I mean, it sometimes can be a handful, just because it can be a little bit twitchy at times, but it's a fun car to drive, especially on these 1.5-mile tracks.
Definitely looks like you guys are having a lot of fun in this car. All just the last 3 races, and definitely going to the next race here at Talladega next week. Before I let you go, Don, anyone you want to thank, anyone who you like to give a shout out to? I know you've got Coles Wheelborough on the hood. Who else makes it happen for you and the team?
Well, like I said, I gotta thank Coles Wheelborough Truck Center there. I mean, this is my first race with them, and I hope I represented them, proud today. I was hoping to bring them a win first race with them, but, we'll take a third. And I got to thank, Storm Motorsports also for bringing me on. And, I mean, we worked together all week with the set, all week last week at Daytona with the sets, and just trying to get them as close as we can. And they were all really good tonight. We all had strong finishes today. And gotta thank my parents, for always being there for me and everything. Thank my beautiful fiance here who lets me race whenever I want, and because without that, I mean, I wouldn't even have an iRacing account. So gotta thank all them, and couldn't do any of this without them.
Don Stevenson finishing 3rd here tonight in the Collisionworx Autobody 125 at Homestead, Miami. Good run, my friend. We will see you next week for the Collisionworx Express 101 at Talladega. That is Don Stevenson finishing 3rd in the number 47 machine, brought to you, sponsored by Coles Wheelborough Truck Center. 1 win, 1 pole, and now 2 podium finishes here in the B-Main car. Great season developing for that driver. That'll about do it for us here from Homestead Miami Speedway. Our thanks, as always, goes to our friends at Collisionworx Autobody for bringing you tonight's race down in Memphis, Tennessee, making friends my accident. You're down in Memphis, Tennessee, go ahead and give them a call, and they'll take good care of you. Tell them Cowboy Joe sent you, and they will take excellent care of you. Our friends at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for their work, Jeremy Langston, we are as our Grand Marshal tonight. We certainly appreciate him joining us out here. Buffalo Wild Wings, Beer Sports, the official viewing place of the NCAA March Madness Tournament. Find your neighborhood location at BuffaloWildWings.com, and everyone who makes it work here at CORA Racing. On behalf of our entire entire broadcast crew, my partner in crime, Carl Jones, our executive producer, Laura Lawson. I am Joe Cortez, congratulating David Cater once again on a big win here at the Collisionworx Autobody 125 from Homestead Miami Speedway. We will come back to you in 1 week's time on March 9th for the Collisionworx Express 101 live from Talladega Superspeedway. Until then, we'll see you on the track. Good night, everybody.